Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you that don't know, my name is Joshi and I'm a real estate broker based in Toronto in the GTA. This video is number 4 of a 4-part series that I'm doing that helps discuss, distill, and explain the election platforms for the 4 major parties in Ontario. So as you know, we have the Ontario provincial election coming up next week on June 2nd. If you haven't already voted in advance polling, please do so, and if not, please vote on election day. But this video series is basically, I'm going through the 4 parties' political platforms and just highlighting what their housing policy is about. So I'm only talking about the platform points that reflect housing and that, talk about housing, because that is my background, and just explaining it to you all so you know what it's about. It's important to understand all of these policies and understand the political platforms before we vote. So I do hope that this video brings you some value. On this video, we're discussing the Green Party of Ontario's platform as it relates to housing. So they've divided it up into 3 sections. One, basically there's 3 concepts. Their housing should be connected, affordable, and sustainable. So we'll cover these 3 buckets. Number 1 is connected. So they want to create communities to live, work, and play, and they believe in creating vibrant neighborhoods. And they want to create 15-minute neighborhoods. That's what they're calling it, where it's easy to connect with friends and family, where you can get to the places you need to go without any long commutes and have a great place to live. So they want to stop people spending hundreds of hours commuting every year, and make sure that we build communities where you can live and work and play in the same area. There's no details on this plan, so I can't speak to it. It sounds like a very beautiful thought, but I know that a lot more planning has to go into it, before something like that can be achieved. Next up, we have affordable. So they want to build homes that people can afford. Right now in Ontario, as most of you know, housing costs are rising faster than incomes. The disparity is just growing and growing and growing, and it's becoming ever more difficult to chase what I call a moving target. So the Greens believe that everyone has a right to safe and affordable housing, and their plan is calling for building 100,000 new affordable units, support for renters and pathways to home ownership, and reducing speculation to put homes for people first. So this echoes some of the other political platforms from the other 3 parties, the PCs, Liberals, and NDPs. In terms of affordable units, Greens were proposing 100,000, PCs, don't know how many they were proposing, Liberals were proposing 138,000, and NDPs were proposing 250,000 affordable units. I think support for renters and pathways to home ownership is also important. Again, we don't have details on the Green platform. However, that is an important part, as we discussed on some of the other videos as well. And reducing speculation. The other parties are, all 3 parties are talking about doing the vacant home tax, which City of Toronto now has. A couple of other municipalities are looking into it as well, but all 3 parties, so NDPs, PCs, and Liberals, have said that they would support a vacancy tax for all of Ontario. So I'm not sure if that's what the Greens are talking about, but they're going to do something to reduce speculation, which is good. The last component is the sustainable portion of it, the housing that works for people and planet. In Ontario, buildings produce 24% of our climate pollution, and we can do better. Yeah, I'm sure we can. That's a lot. 24% is a lot. Okay, so they want to use $5 billion over 10 years for a green building program. It'll create hundreds of thousands of Ontario jobs, it'll save energy and money, and it'll address the climate crisis by reducing emissions. That's good. That's good. Again, because this is a Green Party, they talked about green policy here within the housing policy section. I didn't talk about green policy or environmental policy in any of my other videos, just because it was part of another part of the election platform, and I said that I would stick to what I know, which is housing. But interesting to learn. Anyway, they're planning to put $5 billion in funding for doing better and building more sustainable housing, which I definitely think is worthwhile. Again, like I said, I didn't read I didn't cover the economic and environmental policies from the other platforms, from the other parties in this video, but certainly this is something that needs to be at the forefront of all election issues. I hope that this video was helpful for you. It was a little short, just because Green Party doesn't have too many platform details, and their housing policy section is not too plump. But I do hope that this video and the other videos, the links are posted below, I hope that they were helpful. I'm just doing a very small thing to help you understand the housing policy. It is very important in our democratic society to understand what the platforms are, what the political parties stand for, what they're going to be doing, and how they're going to be helping all of us make a better Ontario and make a better future for us and our families. So I hope, again, that this video and this series was helpful. If it was, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe, because I'm going to try to do this for every future election. I don't know if I will, but I will try. So if it brought you some value, definitely give it a thumbs up, give my account a subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.